Okay, so it's been quite a few days, and I've got all the form in all the way down the building, and it wraps around the back, and then comes out here about 10 feet from the building, and this will eventually get all tied in, but I've got to get the grade set to figure out how high it needs to be. And you can see it's all braced up. We're going to be pouring tomorrow, bright and early, so I've got plastic on the side of the building to try and keep concrete off the building itself. That'll get the retaining wall done. And then just for overage more than anything, you always want to order a little more concrete than you think you need. So I've got all these posts that are going to eventually get cut off to a height, probably 4 feet or so, and painted yellow. But in the meantime, I've got pretty good base holes for them dug out, and that'll let us run any overage from the trucks into another location. And then I've got the floor in here. It's all laid out. Got some wire in it, some rebar up here at the front where you might have some extra stresses as something pulls in. And then, just like when I poured this slab on this side, I've got 4 different pads where I can put my lift in there. So that way, you can bolt it down and not worry about hitting a water line. And then the last thing is we'll look out this door here. So out here we're going to pour this area. So we'll be pouring this area tomorrow as well. And it's 9 foot by 25 foot. And curves over because, of course, like everything else, there's a terrace here. So we need a little bit of retaining wall on this side. So that's all in there. So I had to run my gutters together and get those tied into some pipe. And that goes underground out to here for now, and eventually get taken around the corner. And then back up there, there's one more gutter that I didn't have enough pipe to, so I'll dig that out, tie that one in, and then all 3 of these gutters will be set up on this side of the building. So that's it for all this and all the bracing. You can see a lot of bracing in the back, and we're pouring. I've got a little dip in there, so we've got a little valley to bring the water that lands on the concrete out and run it downhill as well. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but there's a lot of work in here. So this bay took me and one of my buddies most of a day to get all of it leveled out, roll out the insulation, tape it all, because you got to tape all the seams, figure out where we wanted the lift pads to be, and then lay the wire in, tie all that, and then start laying in all the red tubing, and then you zip tie that to the wire. So there's about 600 zip ties in there to keep all that tied down. So that 2 people, that's 1 day. Everything else I've done by myself, which just means it took a lot longer than it really should have. But I got it done. So that's 60 feet, and then it curves around the back by 5 feet. And once that's all done and we pull the forms, then I can backfill all those holes, and then we'll pour all this other area in concrete. And it'll look patchwork, but I don't really care. It's just for parking and to keep the weeds out, like that one. So anyway, there's the update, and I'll set up a camera tomorrow and show you the pour. Additionally, you'll see some video. Started tearing down this building. So this one's basically in the driveway for the new building. So we got about 1/3 of it torn down. And it's an old pole barn that I built years and years ago, probably 25 plus years ago. And it's been pretty good. I had to have the roof fixed once, and some point many years ago I had it stuccoed to match the house, but it's just an old barn that's had different things added to it over the years. I've had concrete poured inside where the tractor is, and then in the main building as well. The old tack shed was on the back side, or tack room, I guess, for the horses was on the back side of the tractor there, where the dirt's piled up in the back. And so this part here is 20 by 20, and the part I tore down was 12 by 20. So I've hauled all that off, and I just got to finish emptying this part out, and then I can finish tearing it down and haul it off. But I got to move the Impala first, and I got to get there was a video a while back where a couple of years ago, where I built all this pallet shelving. So I got to take all those down and empty the rest of the building out. I'm probably going to try and save the workbench so I can put in the new shop. And I've been trying to recover as much of this material as possible. I've been stripping down the walls and the wiring, just trying to pull down that sheeting, because this OSB today is now $25 a sheet. So that's, if I can just clear this interior wall out, there's a couple $100, let alone the back wall. There's quite a bit of insulation in the ceiling that could be saved. The lights, of course, all the wiring. I've got a heater up there. I've got an extra tank for my air compressor. That'll go into the other building. And then there's quite a bit of steel there for the pallet shelves, which I won't be rebuilding any of those, but there's a lot of steel there that I can use for other projects. And I got some frame rails up here for one of the Mustangs. When I built the ones for the blue Mustang, I made a second set. So it's just time to get all this cleared out and get this building down. So that'll be over the next couple of weeks. And then this is some of the stuff that came out of there. Anyway, so that's where we're at. See you tomorrow. So once again, we had to get a boom truck way up there so we could get all the way to in through the building after we're done with the retaining wall. And just trying to stay out of everybody's way here, but you see there. We'll pour all that concrete, boom it up out, build the retaining wall and the back patio thing, and then go in through the building.